For generations, the Smith family had been cursed. And no, it wasn't the curse of the Kardashians, it was something much worse. According to family legend, every member of the family who dared to pursue a career outside of being a graveyard caretaker had met with failure and misfortune. It was like the universe had a bone to pick with the Smiths and was determined to ruin their lives. As a young girl, Samantha had heard the stories of her ancestors who had tried and failed to break the curse. Her great-great-great-great-grandma tried to become a ballerina but ended up breaking both her ankles. Her great-great-uncle tried to become a singer, but his voice sounded like a dying cat. Even her own father had been a lawyer but had never found success in his career. He couldn't win a case to save his life, literally. But Samantha was different. She had always dreamed of being a doctor, and she was determined to make it happen. She had a poster of Grey's Anatomy on her wall since she was 6, and had even given her Barbie dolls surgeries. It was a little weird, but hey, it showed determination. Despite her family's protests, Samantha pursued her dream with relentless determination. She worked hard in school, studying biology and chemistry, and volunteering at the local hospital. Her family warned her that she was wasting her time, but Samantha refused to give up. She was like a bulldog with a bone or a toddler who refused to let go of their favorite toy. You know who you are. Of course, it wasn't easy. Samantha faced obstacles left and right. Her MCAT scores weren't great, she didn't get into her dream school, and she had to work 3 jobs to pay for her tuition. But she never gave up. She was like a cockroach, except not as gross. Finally, the day came when Samantha graduated from medical school with honors. Her family was proud of her, but they were also worried. They had seen so many members of their family fail in their chosen professions, and they feared that Samantha would meet the same fate. But Samantha was determined to break the curse once and for all. She started working at a prestigious hospital, treating patients and performing surgeries with skill and precision. She quickly earned a reputation as one of the best doctors in the city. And yet, despite her success, Samantha couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. She felt like she was fighting an uphill battle, constantly struggling to prove herself in a way that other doctors didn't have to. It wasn't until she found herself staring at a gravestone while on a walk that she realized what was wrong. Suddenly, it all clicked. She remembered the family curse, and she realized that she had been trying to fight against it all along. But what if she embraced it instead? Without hesitation, Samantha resigned from her position at the hospital and applied for the job of graveyard caretaker. Her family was stunned, but Samantha knew that this was the key to breaking the curse. Samantha's decision to become a graveyard caretaker had taken her family by surprise, but it proved to be a wise move. She found the work fulfilling, and she took pride in making sure that the cemetery was well maintained and peaceful. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that sounds like a spooky job, but Samantha loved it. She loved the quiet, peaceful atmosphere, the smell of freshly cut grass, and the occasional ghostly encounter. Just kidding, she never actually saw a ghost. But as time went on, Samantha began to feel restless. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was meant to do something more. Maybe it was the dead bodies that were making her feel like she needed to liven things up a bit. Who knows? All she knew was that she needed a change. One day, Samantha was rummaging through the cemetery's archives and stumbled upon an old diary. It belonged to one of her ancestors, a renowned botanist who traveled the world studying and cultivating rare plants. Samantha was intrigued. She had never really been interested in plants before, but something about her ancestors' passion sparked something in her. And so, Samantha began to research horticulture and botany, spending all her free time studying and experimenting. She became obsessed with plants, and before long, the cemetery had transformed into a lush garden filled with rare and exotic flora. Visitors came from far and wide to see her creations, and she became known as a botanical genius. Of course, not everyone was thrilled with Samantha's new obsession. Some of her co-workers thought she was crazy for turning a cemetery into a garden. They were like, Samantha, I don't think this is what people mean when they say, rest in peace. But Samantha didn't care. She was happy, and that's all that mattered. And as it turned out, her family's curse had been more flexible than anyone had realized. It wasn't that every member of the family was destined to be a graveyard caretaker, but rather that they had to find their own unique path in life. Samantha had broken the curse in an unexpected way, by embracing her family's past and using it to create something new and beautiful. And as she tended to her garden, she knew that she had finally found her true calling. Plus, the flowers made great decorations for the occasional funeral, so it was a win-win situation.